So we're here at San Diego Comic-Con. Let's talk about your brand new graphic novel.
So our graphic novel is called Masters of the Sun. We've been working on it for 4 years. The story is about Zulu-X and the Blast Masters, these hip-hoppers that, you know, came from New York to LA and saw that gangbangers, Crips and Bloods were feuding. All the while of the tension enters this new drug called a Z-Drop that turns the community into zombies. So Zulu-X and the Blast Masters are trying to find the source of who's brought the weapons and the guns into the community, and they realize it's a shape-shifting alien. So what comes next? You have to see the book, get the book, and see the story, how it all unfolds. The whole premise and the inspiration came from, you know, the collapse of urban community because of crack cocaine. So it's like a hyperized fantasy version of, you know, what happened in the 80s. The story takes place in the 80s. It's about our heroes, you know, KRS-One, Rakim, and hip-hop that saved my life. People like Crazy Legs that told me that breakdancing is, you know, a better way to express yourself than gangbanging and fighting. So we drew from our inspirations and, you know, came up with a story called Masters of the Sun. Marvel is our partner in distributing the book. You can get it on Amazon. You go to your local comic shop and see it in the Marvel section. So we're really blown away with this collaboration and how, you know, our passion project for the past 4 years has turned into something that we never thought was possible, and that's partnering with Marvel.
When you look at what Marvel's done, they've taken comic books, turned them into TV shows, movies, video games. What do you hope to branch out with this new franchise that you guys have?
So, without, you know, sharing too much details, because we want to save, you know, all the things that we've been building for New York Comic-Con as well. So here we are in San Diego Comic-Con, just launched the graphic novel. But to all the folks that are wondering, we finished and completed so many other dimensions in this world that we built. So.
Speaking of dimensions, we are surrounded by augmented reality here at the VRCon. Talk a little about why you decided to get involved with Mira and AR.
So I invested in Mira because their approach on having an affordable, you know, AR headset. There's a lot of, you know, there's a couple of AR headsets out there. The one that Microsoft has, HoloLens, those things are expensive. So this is 99 bucks. It uses the power of the phone and their technology that they've come up with to be able to strap your phone onto this, you know, AR headset and experience different layers of the physical world with AR is amazing. So,
how do you see that impacting, for example, comic books? Since we're surrounded by comic books here at the show,
I see if your imagination is big enough, a comic book will never be the same with a device like yeah, it's really inspiring.
When it comes to AR, it's also going to change the way people experience concerts. Can you talk about what you have planned for the Black Eyed Peas tour?
Yeah, so if you've been to a concert recently, you know damn well you've been at the show like this, watching a show through this little freaking lens. You think, well, why do we do that? The reason why I think we do that is because we know in our freaking DNA that something is coming. And that something that's coming is this AR layer that is going to make sense of everyone's behavior of watching a show through their phone, right? The whole time, from when you wake up till you go to sleep, you have this new lens that we're all thumbing through. And I think it's conditioned us to look at, you know, when we go to concerts and live events to go through the same lens again. And we forgot that we could just experience it like this, but it's cool because what the augmentality is going to do to concerts is make sense of everyone putting a screen up. It's the age of the screen. We are all screenagers, and the augmentality is going to change it all.
How do you see that impacting the concert experience and the choreography of what you guys are doing up there on stage?
Yeah, so before, you know, if I was doing I Got a Feeling, it was like, I got a feeling, boom, right? Now, before boom, I just did it because it looked cool. Now, if I do this through your phone, you're gonna see like energy bursts that come from my fist, or my, you know, if I like go woohoo, you can see like explosions and freaking like frequencies coming out of my dome piece. It's gonna be awesome.
Does that mean the LED screens behind you are gonna go the way of the Betamax?
So think about it. The Rolling Stones, the Beatles, 1970, when they toured, there was no LED screens. So here we are. You don't even have to be a great performer. You get up on stage. Michael Jackson didn't have big LED screens in 1980 when he performed. He was the LED. He was the freaking light. So great. I think what's going to come now is a whole new dimension that allows the performer to truly be a performer again, and take advantage of the space between me and the person with their phone in the air and the camera. And choreography will change forever. New jobs will be created. The AR person for every live event. It's gonna be awesome.
We've seen with the dawn of VR, video games being at the forefront. AR also a ton of video games in development for the Mira. How do you see that changing the way people play video games, having yourself played games a long time from back in the day?
So right now, Pokemon is king. That's it. It's the only augmented game that's like, there's no other Pokemon yet. 2018, 1,000 Pokemon's about to freaking just hit the world. Watch. Right now, they're sitting pretty. The only ones in the space. Now, Apple's AR kit's gonna change it. Mira, the freaking lens, is gonna change it all. It's gonna be awesome.
I know you're also a big fan of AI. Can you talk a little about how you see AI and AR maybe marrying together in the future?
AR and AI is a magical thing. Right now, I'm talking, there's really no reason to use, AI things on phones the state that they're in. They're just voice commands, but my finger could do it myself. And AI needs to be more than just voice commands. It needs to be conversational. It needs to be more companionized. So the combination of a companionized AI in AR, out of this world. And I know a couple of people that are working on that.
That sounds really cool. What excites you when you walk around someplace like this or CES and see all this VR and AR and all this future tech?
So CES is overwhelming because it's just tech, and the creators haven't adopted the tech. So a lot of times what ends up happening is awesome tech just ends up on the shelf and fades away because it hasn't been adopted by creators, because they didn't do a good job telling creators about the new tools and why the creators should change and abandon their old tools for the new tools. So here at Comic-Con is creators. So to see AR with the creators means that it's about to grow in ways that gaming and storytelling and superheroes and comics have, and how it inspired us. Right? So if you think of Marvel versus Motorola, Marvel brings us emotions. Motorola is disposable. If you think of Tony Stark and Nokia, Tony Stark is like a guy who created amazing technology, weapons, and became a superhero. Nokia, Apple ate their lunch. Steve Jobs is really Tony Stark, but he didn't create a weapon. He created a tool that changed the world. The iPhone, the Apple IIc, the iPod. So you could really be Tony Stark. And Comic-Con is the inspiration that I think would make the unlikely candidate with tech. Because before, when you thought of Comic-Con, it was just comics, and it was science fiction. But because technology has grown so fast, that science fiction is now science fact. And Iron Man's not far-fetched.
There was an Iron Man here, an Iron Man suit flying at Comic-Con this year.
Real shit? Okay.
Yeah.
I need to see that. I gotta go. I gotta find it.